Hello, this is game 3 of Mind versus Savior. This is, again, part of the MSL. This is the semifinals. And Mind has been playing really well in MSL. He's managed to get through, who did he beat? Oh yeah, he beat UV, and then he beat Mania in the quarterfinals. And yeah, he's been playing some pretty good StarCraft lately. I honestly, before the MSL, I mean, I hadn't really heard of him that much. And even in MSL, I didn't think he was playing that spectacularly. He's honestly had a pretty relatively easy ride up to this point, especially compared to the likes of like Quanro. But he's gotten here, and you know, so you can't really blame him for that. A lot of people have been saying that there hasn't been really much of a gauge on his Terran versus Zerg before now, and well, we got a gauge in game 1. He played really well against Savior, and it took 20 some odd minutes, but he just kept putting the pressure on Savior over and over again, and basically kept Savior on the defensive a lot, and just kind of slowly pushed him in, and then used some drops to finish it off. And yeah, it was a pretty crazy game, and that lasted over 20 minutes, I think, something like 20-25 minutes. And then game 2 lasted all of 3 minutes, and Mind tried to do box roll double rack strategy, and Savior found out and stopped it. So that was that. So yeah, interested to see how this game goes, since both players obviously very capable. You can't really tell much from game 2, but just from game 1 you can tell that these guys are, it's a really good matchup. Savior was pretty much favored to win. Everyone's like, yeah, maybe he'll beat Savior, haha, not really. You know, because Savior's primary job is to own Terrans like Mind, and so it was a bit of a surprise for me, at least, when Mind actually did win that game. I don't think Savior was playing in his top position that game, which probably contributed to it. His Scourge micro was off. He didn't even make Scourges after a while. He didn't play anything. So yeah, hopefully expecting a little bit better performance out of Savior in this contest. He's again going with a scout, the drone scout. So I guess Savior really wants to be cautious in this matchup. We saw him scouting with the drone early on in the second game, and that's what won the game for him, actually, was that scout. It shows you the importance of scouting. So yeah, he doesn't want to rely on the Overlord, so he's actually sending out the drone to scout. And we see that Mind is just going for a pretty standard kind of a thing, getting a couple barracks out, and looks like he's gotten 2 barracks, but now that he's scared off Savior's drone, it looks like he may be going for a command center right now. He's got that SCV plopped down in a spot. Yeah, he is getting a command center there. So kind of something that we also see a lot happening with the Terran versus Zerg, is you see the Terrans will get a little bit of forces out, and then they'll go for that quick command center. He's only got those 2 Marines out there, so that's actually going to be a trouble for him, because Savior is popping out a lot of Lings. This is kind of something that we saw Savior do in game 1 also, is try and pump out a lot of Lings early on and press home that advantage. As soon as he got speed upgrade, he ran in there and did a lot of damage actually to Mind early on, and Mind almost psychically brought in some SCVs right at the right point to block those Lings and deal with them. Very impressive by that of him. And so yeah, Savior getting that gas now. Probably, I'm not sure, we'll have to see if he's going for speed upgrade or not. Sending in some Lings there, but fortunately for Mind, he did see, he had the SCV over there, so he saw a lot of Lings coming out, and that's why we see now he has a lot of Marines, so he is going to be able to hold off these Lings after all, for the moment. And that SCV, it looked like picked off the last hit point on the Lings there. So Savior, okay, he is actually going for that quick lair. So he's not going just for speedlings. He's probably going to upgrade speedlings anyways, but that was not his major intention. He wasn't going to go for powerlings after all, which I thought he might have. So it looks like both players kind of hunkering down for a long game again, and sorry, both players hunkering down for a long game. Savior getting that Spire up. He's already got a Sunken Colony at his door just to make sure, and Mind getting the Academy up. Probably going to get some more barracks up pretty soon since he's gone for that extra expansion. He's going to have a little bit more economy coming in there. Savior has his third hatchery in his base. He's got his expansion up and running. Now, sometimes at this point you'd see the Zerg trying to expand a little more. Sometimes. Basically, in general, I'm curious to see how Savior does with his expansions, because a lot of Zergs lately have been playing kind of low econ games, and it's hurt some of them and it's worked well for others. And Savior usually expands more and gets more bases and tries to get a lot of economy. And actually, that might be part of the reason why he lost game 1 is because of the fact that he didn't expand a lot. I mean, well, he did expand a lot, but so did Mind, and he didn't really have much of an economic advantage over Mind. He had about the same forces going on. And oh, Mind's forces out in the field. Oh no, okay. So he's going to be able to save those SCVs. Wow. I didn't see those fire bats at first. I got really excited because basically Savior had snuck his lings around, and that's why those fire bats were there. He does have stims. Mind going on in now with these Marines, and Savior a couple more Sunkens coming in there, and the lings falling back as well. So he looks like he is going to be able to fight this off after all. But for a second there, just those 3 Sunkens I thought were going to go down, and that speed upgrade coming in just in time for Savior. I'm sorry, it's been there for a while. I don't know why I said came in just in time, but the lings themselves came in just in time, coming back from Mind's front door to deal with that. He's able to fight that off pretty well. That was actually pretty close. If those lings hadn't come back, then Savior probably would have lost his door right then, and that might have been game. So anyways, he does have that Spire up though, so we're going to see some Mulists coming out pretty soon, and there's no real sign of turrets anywhere for Mind, and Savior getting a few lings into his base. He's going to get a little bit of a scout in. Those lings aren't going to be able to do a lot of good just by attacking, but they are going to be able to scout and maybe pick off an SCV or a Marine. Don't even get that Marine there. But yeah, Mind has no turrets in his base right now. He's building one, and he doesn't have any Marines in the back either. He has a few forces there, but he doesn't have medics with them. And this is actually looking pretty bad for Mind because he has basically no defense in his back door right now. Finally a medic coming in there, but he only has a few Marines. He only has 1 Marine now. What the heck? Where are all of Mind's forces? He doesn't seem to have anything anywhere. I guess Savior went for that Spire pretty quickly. And finally a turret getting up, and it's going to slightly drive off Savior's Mutalist there. But in the meantime, Savior got several SCVs in that little harass, and a lot of Marines as well. And kind of interesting, kind of like in the game where Jelizer versus Hueson, he went for the Marines a lot and kept Hueson's forces down. Now he's going in with Lings as well. Oh, this does not look good at all for Mind. Lings coming in there and killing off those turrets. And Savior attacking those SCVs with his Mulists, and Mind just has nothing to do about it. I don't know why he doesn't have any forces, but Savior just picking off all those forces as they come out. He's not able to mount up an army at all, and Savior just kind of running rampant, killing Marines and SCVs all over the place, and now running Lings in as well. I'm pretty sure that this is actually the end for Mind. Oh my god, those Lings coming in are going to seal the deal. And wow, Mind just absolutely caught with his pants down, leaning over to pick up a quarter, and Savior did what was necessary in that situation and took the win there. Kind of amazing that Mind had to be so little prepared there, considering how well he's played in the last couple games, or in the first game. So it'll go to game 4 now. Savior up 2-1. So we'll see what happens.